So, this woman put her baby in the microwave. A literal microwave. This isn't an Onion headline. This isn't a weird thing. This actually happened. And if you think your family is dysfunctional, buckle up. So, a mom microwaved her baby. Yeah, you heard that right. She put her actual living, breathing child into a microwave. And if you're thinking, wow, that sounds like one of those internet creepypastas. This is real life. This isn't Florida. This is Ohio. Dayton, Ohio to be exact. And the baby, only 28 days old, barely out of the hospital. And she moved him. But hold on, before we get to the part where she invents the world's most cursed recipe, let's rewind. Who was this woman? What was going on in that apartment? And more importantly, what the hell happens if you actually put a human being inside a microwave? Spoiler, it's way worse than you think. So our main character, if you can even call her that, is China Arnold. She's 28, living in Dayton. Neighbors said she was quiet, but friends said she was, well, unpredictable, which is code for, you do not want to be in a group chat with her. She had a newborn son, Paris Tally. He was less than a month old. Imagine being so tiny you still can't hold your own head up. And your mom is out here plotting like she's auditioning for worst person alive. Now, China wasn't exactly on the Mother of the Year shortlist. She'd been drinking heavily. She had a rocky relationship with her boyfriend. And when they fought, things got ugly. But not like, throw a plate ugly. No, we're talking, microwave a baby ugly. It's August 29th, 2005. Late at night, China and her boyfriend are arguing. Neighbors hear yelling through the paper-thin apartment walls. And somewhere in the middle of all this, she grabs baby Paris. She walks into the kitchen. She opens the microwave door. And she puts, inside. 5 minutes. Do you know what I do in 5 minutes? I doom scroll on TikTok. I stare at the fridge hoping food appears. She microwaved her own baby. For 5 whole minutes. When it beeped, Paris wasn't breathing. They rushed him to the hospital. But by then, the damage was irreversible. The baby was pronounced dead. And doctors immediately realized this wasn't a normal case. This was microwave radiation trauma. The kind they'd only read about in nightmare textbooks. Alright, science break. Let's talk about what microwaves actually do to a human body. Microwaves aren't fire. They don't toast, they don't char. They make water molecules vibrate like they're at a rave. And when water molecules vibrate, they heat up. And guess what? Humans are basically 60% water. So congratulations, you just turned into a hot pocket. First, the skin. The outer layer might look okay at first, but inside, chaos. The heat penetrates boiling tissues. Cells literally explode. Your organs. Yeah, they're soup now. Blood, brain tissue, muscles, they heat from the inside. It's like trying to microwave Jell-O with the lid on. Pressure builds. It bursts. Your brain. Scrambled eggs. It swells, cooks, and shuts down. Fast. That's why Paris's injuries shocked doctors. He didn't look like a burn victim. He looked normal on the outside. But internally, everything was cooked. When police questioned China, she didn't confess right away. In fact, she blamed other people. Like, oh, maybe it was my boyfriend. Or some stranger broke in. Yeah, because random burglars totally break into apartments to microwave babies. That's like blaming the tooth fairy for arson. But the forensic evidence didn't lie. The autopsy proved it was microwave trauma. And soon, all eyes were on China. Now the trial. Complete circus. Mistrials. Retrials. New evidence. At one point, 3 different juries were involved because jurors kept getting traumatized. The prosecution painted her as cold-blooded. The defense. They said she was drunk and didn't know what she was doing. Which, by the way, is not a defense. You don't get to say, oops, I was hammered, my bad, when you've just committed microwave homicide. Eventually, in 2011, China Arnold was sentenced to life in prison without parole. And thank God, because the last thing we need is her writing a prison cookbook. So here's the big question: why? Why would anyone do this? Was it jealousy? Was it revenge on her boyfriend? Was it pure rage? Nobody knows for sure. And honestly, no explanation makes it less horrifying. This isn't just bad parenting. This is some next-level evil DLC unlocked parenting. Paris Talley never lived to see his first birthday. Never got to walk, talk, or laugh. His life was ended in the cruelest way imaginable, by his own mother. China Arnold will spend the rest of her life behind bars. But the case still lingers because it asks the question, what do we do when the person we're supposed to trust most becomes the monster? And also, why does Ohio always have the weirdest headlines? So yeah, that's the story of the mom who microwaved her baby. It's dark, it's disturbing, and it's one of the wildest crimes you'll ever hear. If you made it this far without throwing your microwave out the window, smash that like button, subscribe, and comment the most insane true crime case you've ever heard.